Hey, joining us on the BT Couch, Joanna, Managing Director of the Next Big Thing Foundation. No big deal. You guys changing the culture of entrepreneurship here in our city, here across Canada. Tell us about the foundation and the great work being done.
Thank you. Thanks for having us. So the Next Big Thing is a national nonprofit charity that focuses on empowering young entrepreneurs to pursue their big entrepreneurial dreams, whether they are to change the world, to create social impact, or to really build the businesses of tomorrow. We are there to provide support, resources, and open networks for them to really build those businesses and build that peer network of young entrepreneurs in Canada that are going to be our leaders for tomorrow.
And those young leaders of tomorrow have the chance, age 15 to 23, to apply to create that next big idea that could really change the way people live their life. And you've got some examples of some of the great ideas that have come across, and it all starts kind of with a backpack and getting creative.
Yeah, it starts with a backpack. So one of our ventures in this current cohort is called the Solar Backpack, and that's Salima Visram, the founder of the Solar Backpack. And her vision is really to bring light to young people around the world. So she's developed this solar backpack with a solar panel on it that charges a light inside the backpack that young kids in Kenya can wear to go to school. And then when they come home, they can bring it out and read and do their homework with this light that's their personal light. And they don't have to use kerosene, which is very dangerous for their health. And so her vision is really to change access to education for young people.
It's incredible that you start with an idea, and we talk about entrepreneurship here in our country, but here obviously a global impact. When you are pitched with these ideas, how do you know that that's it, that could be the next big thing right there? What's the criteria?
So what's the criteria? What we look for is young people between the ages of 15 to 23. They can come from anywhere in North America. What we look for is that they have that next business idea. So ideas that are really going to disrupt a sector or disrupt an industry, and that they're thinking big, they're thinking about changing the way business is done or bringing a new kind of technology in. And that's what we look for. We pick them through a competitive selection process, which happened this past summer. It's a couple of months long, and really we're able to really pick the individuals that are working on their ventures full-time and are really bought into that and want to be part of the business community. Well,
you look for a certain X factor and obviously the creativity. Tell us about the carpooling app, because when it comes to traffic, we'll take all the help we can get.
So Spare is another one of our ventures in our current cohort. It was started by Alexi, Christopher, and Josh, UBC students, and it's really a real-time car sharing or ride sharing website platform to provide a new way of transportation for people, not just here in Vancouver, but hopefully across North America.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we have a final example. Tell us about Reach.
So Reach is a collaborative website platform for students. So think about Slack for students without the connection to any of your social networks, to provide privacy for you when you're working with different groups, and you don't necessarily need to have 1,000 new Facebook friends every time you do a new.
Block out all that noise.
Exactly. So a really great new idea and a wonderful co-founding team of Sarah and Brent.
And when you talk about teams, I mean, there's a great team. Meredith Powell is actually here in studio, co-founder of this movement right here. It really is all about team, to have mentors that are going to help these young leaders. Can you just talk about the leadership that exists now and how this has grown here in the city?
For sure. And I mean, we do have to say that the two co-founders of the Next Big Thing have been such a big part of this movement. As you mentioned, serial entrepreneur Meredith Powell and Hootsuite CEO Ryan Holmes, who started the Next Big Thing a couple years ago. Their vision was really to provide a new way to support young entrepreneurs during that journey where they're building something. Because what they saw in the community was that lots of young entrepreneurs or even seasoned entrepreneurs, their journeys as entrepreneurs started really early on. They had their first ventures when they were in high school or maybe in their early 20s, but really didn't have that support system to build those ideas to fruition. So what they thought was like, hey, there's a huge opportunity to create something really special and unique in the marketplace, but that broke the mold in terms of how we support young people and young entrepreneurs in our city. And so they came up with the Next Big Thing, which really is breaking the mold in how we support young entrepreneurs and help them them build their business foundation and help them build their businesses so that they can be positioned to scale, to get investment, to get really big.
Excellent resource to have here in our city. We're going to put those details on our Facebook page. Joanna, congrats for being a part of this one and sharing those ideas of what the young entrepreneurs are doing, not only here, but around the world.